In the next couple of minutes, I'll be walking you through how I created this flyer design for this wedding event. Okay, so if you stick with me in the next couple of minutes, I'm going to show you step by step tutorial or step by step breakdown of how I created this design. Okay, so come with me. All right, come with me. Now, this is Photoshop. All right, this is the interface of Photoshop. And in case you are just joining me for the first time, this is AP Media. On this channel, I drop tutorials on Photoshop, flyer designs, anything that relates to design. Okay, so let's get started. Now, these are the layers of this design. Okay, this is all the layers of this design. So it's just a simple design. All right, so I'll turn off all the layers and I'll reveal all the layers and explain all the things I did on this design. And as a bonus tip here, I'm going to give you all the resources that I use in creating this design. Okay, I'm going to leave all the resources in the description of this video. So if you follow me to the end of this video, I'm going to in the description of this video, you're going to see the resources of this design. Okay, so now the size of this design was Instagram size. Okay, I just did Control plus N now, or Command plus N if you're using Mac. Okay, so 1080 in width and height is 1350. Okay, that's the standard Instagram size, and the resolution 300. This is for prints actually. Okay, so 300. So this is the dimension of the design. Okay, you can zoom in, zoom out, zoom in, fit to screen, Control plus 0. So this is the dimension of the design. And by default, whenever you open a new document, you're going to get a blank page. Okay, so this is the blank page we have, and then I introduced this color. Okay, I introduced this shape. This is a rectangular shape I drew with this color. So the color of the day, or the colors for the wedding, are purple, right? Purple, white, and some other colors. So this is the shade of purple that relates to white. So that was why I introduced this color. And then I have this other shape here, or the other elements here that I use layer masks on. Let me disable the layer mask. Disable layer mask. So this shape is like this. I'm going to leave this particular element too in the description of this video so that you can download and you may want to practice with it. Okay, so this is how this shape is. Then I added layer mask, enable layer mask. So this is the layer mask. I just wanted this shape to be at the top of this design, to be at this side of the design. So that was that. And let's see, what is this? Okay, this is a white shape at the bottom. Yes, this layer one. Now I did something very interesting here. Okay, I did something very interesting here. Look at this. This is the image. Let me bring the real image. Okay, this is the image. This is another image. So what I did here was to flip the image the other way around. Okay, at the background. This particular image, this is the original image. So I flipped by doing Control plus T on your keyboard. All right, Control plus T, and when you right click, I did flip horizontal. Okay, I did flip horizontal. So flipping horizontal will flip it to the other way around. So I have this one here, and the one at the bottom, I did flip horizontal, and I gave it a color. So I gave it white. All right, so I gave that particular image white. Then I placed this image on it. So if you pay attention, this part looks like the head, like it created some form of seed hole, if I got that correct. All right, white shape around the back of the image. All right, is to create some level of contrast with the image and the background. So that was what I did there. So we have that, and I wrote Grace and John. Grace X John. But I didn't leave this like this. All right, and I always say this, as graphic designers, try as much as possible to work non-destructively. That is, keep your elements keep your elements, always keep your elements editable. Okay, so that's why I leave my element in smart object. I leave my element even when I need to rasterize or I need to convert to an uneditable shape. Right, I'll always leave the original file. So what I did here was to convert. Now you can see from my layers here, John X, Grace X, John, copy. That is, I duplicated this particular one. Now I just duplicated it again. That is why we have copy 2, right? So we have copy here. So what I did was to convert it to a shape. Let me do it back. Okay, so we have something like this. So I did convert to shape. Let's see, convert to shape. Then this now becomes a shape. So when I hit U on my keyboard, I can now give this fill and give it an outline. So I gave it a white outline. So I have Grace and John like this across the image. Okay, I hope that was clear. So we have this, and of course I'm going to write name, or I'm going to write a few things on the design. So I needed to create some level of brush in like this. So what I just did here was to, let me shift this up a little bit, was to create a new layer, then come to my foreground here, give it a color, and use my brush. Right, make sure the brush is set to the hardness of the brush is set to 0%. Right, then you can paint like this. That was what I did here. Alright, I didn't add a layer mask to it. I just did brush like this. Then I have another image here. Alright, I have another image here. I did the same thing on this image. So the image at the back, there was a brush. The image at the front, there's still a brush on top of that. Then I have this. Yeah, I think in another tutorial, I'm going to teach on how to create realistic shadows like this. Okay, I'm going to do a tutorial on that separately if you want to know how to create this kind of shadow. So this is the last image I added with that shadow. Okay, then what's in this group? I have their logo here. Okay, I created this logo, One Flesh 2025. Let me zoom in. So we have something like this, One Flesh 2025, Ephesians 5 verse 31. We have that. We have this. Now this font is called Extreme. Let's check. Extreme. Yes, Extreme. I'm also going to leave this font in the description of this video. So in case you want to try out this design, I'll leave this font in the description of this video also. So Extreme, Grace Words John. All right, now I did another interesting thing here in terms of color combination or the use of color. So I mentioned earlier that their primary colors are purple, right? So I use this. The background has a feel of purple, the text here is purple, then we have this pink color. Okay, we have this pink color. Now this pink color was inspired by her earring. The color of her earrings here is pink, this particular color. So when I looked at it, I'm like, okay, wow, this pink is going to pop, or it's going to come out very well in this place. So I used this particular pink color at this part. So that was what influenced that. Then I have the date here, Saturday 30th August 2025. This font is called New Lease. I've talked about this font before. It's in one of my videos. Right, it's a very interesting font. So that was that, and I added a few touch-ups elements. So I added this flower. Look at it. Yes, I added that flower. I added another one here. All right, I added another one here. Is it the one here is the same thing as this one, but I used let's look at it. I used Gaussian blur and motion blur on this particular one. Right, this one is just the normal one here. Okay, I think I was done. I added a general light effect. I always add this effect. Look at the effect. Let me disable the layer mask. Disable layer mask. So this light is like this. I change the blend mode to screen, and I brushed off some parts like on the head. I brushed it off. Okay, and this one was very interesting. I've thought how to create this light a number of times. Okay, so I added this light effect on their head to create that level of balance, color balance within the design. Okay, so that was that, and I added the color lookup. Okay, I added the color lookup. This is the original color lookup. Okay, this is the original color lookup. I changed the blend mode to overlay. It's too sharp. Then I reduce the opacity to 30%. Okay, I reduce the opacity to 30%. I added this noise on the design. Okay, so that was pretty everything I did in the design. Okay, so that's going to be all for now. If you found this tutorial very helpful, you can give me a thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. And then if you have any question regarding what I just did now, if you have any question at all, please feel free to drop it in the comment section. I'll be in the comment section answering all your questions. All right, so that's going to be all for now. I remain AP Media. I will see you in another tutorial.